Alright, welcome to Chaka Quantics. In this class, in this video, I will be taking us through valuations. In our previous video, it was tagged part 1, and this is the part 2 of valuations. And this is going to be very interesting because it encompasses majorly what you see or what you encounter in your day-to-day site activities and in preparation of valuations. Now, like we always do, we always make reference to the NIQS test for professional competence examination questions, because these are practical both for academics and both for professional exams. All right, now I have a question here. It is for 2018. All right, and it is really going to do us much good. All right, now let's cut it here. This is question number 3. It says prepare interim valuation number 9 for the project with the following data. All right, now this is the data here. All right, the contract sum, the contract period, the commencement date, and all. Now you can see this here. Now this is the measured work. All right, element. These are the elements and value of work. You see substructure, you see the amount, frame, and the amount in that order. Now if we check on the next sheet, it says you see finishing and fixtures, this is the amount, wall finishing, this is the amount, floor finishes, and in that order. Now values of work executed by nominated subcontractors. Of course, the local area network, you see there, the line, HVAC, right, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, you see there, lift and installation, you see there. Now value of nominated suppliers work, you see there. So this question is packed like amazing. It encompasses many things that you see in valuations. Like in part one was just quite straightforward, but this is an amazing question to work with. All right, value of nominated suppliers work is this. Now these are nominated contractors. This is a supplier, right? He only supplies, and the supplier of aluminum doors and windows has completed his work and the architect has so certified. Now profit on nominated subcontractors and suppliers work is 5%. Attendance is 2.5%. right? Now these are also other information. So you see architect instructions net addition is this. Fluctuation assessed by traditional method is 3.5 million, right? It can either be assessed by traditional method or by formula method. The difference is that if it is assessed by formula method, it has to be subjected to retention, right? But now it's by a traditional method, it will not be subjected to retention. When we get to the valuation, you are going to see it properly. Approved loss and expense claims. Now statutory fees by the contractor, amount previously certified in that particular in previous valuation. And you see other information. You see materials on site. You see cement 1,200 bags at 1.7, steel reinforcement bars, coarse aggregate at this, sharp sand, and ceramic tiles. Now this is all in one question for valuation, and I know it will be very useful both academically, those preparing for professional exams, and also those in their professional career. So we're going to see how these things are treated in evaluation. Permit me, if you're hearing any noise in the background, I am in a construction site environment. All right, so let's now this is an approved loss and expense claim, right? Loss and expense claims are claims presented by contractors for additional costs incurred in the execution of an item of work. All right, basically, of course, that is caused by the client. Maybe there's a change in the scope of a particular work, or there's a change in the sequence of the work or in the methodology of the work, and he went an extra mile to execute a particular work. He has to claim for loss and expense. Or take, for instance, the soil report he got is one. When he got to site, it is something else. So he has to go an extra mile, maybe do some other soil test or soil report. He has to claim for this money. These are loss and expenses claims. Now, statutory fees paid by the contractors. Statutory fees are fees paid to works that are done by statutory organization, majorly now in this case government organizations. Take for instance building permit fees. These are statutory fees. Building permit, of course, you have to pay. Otherwise you may not get it. So these are statutory fees. And it could also be planning application fee, right? At the planning office you have to pay. These are statutory fees. The contractor pays this money on behalf of the client, and the client reimburses him. Then you see utility connection fee. Utility connection fee is also a statutory fee. Maybe water into your site, or light into your site, or connection of your sewer to the central sewer. These are statutory fees. Then also you see use of right of way. Yes, use of right of way. If you want to use the right of way of the government, you have to pay a fee. So these are statutory fees. I hope we get that. You see loss and expense, and you see statutory fees. When you see them next time, you get to know what these things are talking about. All right, so now let's dive into the valuation properly. Okay, now using the information we just got, now we want to prepare a valuation. Now of course these are the contract, the project particulars, right? This, if in an exam situation, even in professional practice, you have to state all the particulars so that everybody will see what it is talking about. All right, so this is contained in the question. It is not formulated, it is in the question. Now you see the elements and see the value of work. This is also in the question. Now in the previous video, what we saw was they were given in percentages. Substructure 100%, frame maybe 50% has been done. But in this case, this is a different scenario. We are given everything what has been executed till date, not in percentage now, but what has been executed. All right, so this is what we have total. It is 760, 300. Nothing was added apart from the preliminaries, right? Everything here is in the question. All right, now preliminaries. In the preliminaries, I will not be speaking much on the preliminaries. In our previous classes and videos, if you have really learned anything, I would appreciate it if you can calculate these preliminaries and confirm this figure, or tell me what you got as your preliminaries. Now if you come to the question again, this is the question here. It says that the question says that total value of preliminaries in the contract is 120 million. The VAT is 5%. 120 million. All right. Now its advance payment to the main contractor is 550 million, and recovery of advance payment is 9 equal installments beginning from second valuation. All right. So this is contained in the contract particulars. Back to what we are. 79,200,000 is the preliminaries as we have calculated, or we have been calculated in our previous videos. If you've learned anything, please do well, calculate these preliminaries and confirm it at your end. All right, so the total here, total value of measured work including preliminaries, is 760,300,000, and of course we have other information as contained in that particular question. I see other information. You see materials on and off site. It is there in the question, and we're told that cement 1,200 bags is for 17. This is what we have here. 1,200 times 17. Now this has to be present for everyone to see, right? For everyone, every party to the contract has to see this clearly and understand every bit of it. That is the essence of it. All right. Steel reinforcement bar is 10 ton at 175,000. So 175,000 times 10, we have this. Coarse aggregate is 125 cubic meter at 5,000 per cubic meter. So 5,000 times 125, we arrive at this. The same thing goes for sand. The same thing goes for cement. So total materials on site is 8,405,000. Now this is what we brought here. The same thing. Now in the question you see variation, that is architect's instruction. Let us come here. Is it? Yes, here. It says architect instruction. You can see it here. Architect instruction is 23,750,000. Now see the materials on site. It has been treated. Now you can see it. All right. Okay. Architect instruction, it says it is 23,750,000. Now you see works that are done by nominated subcontractors. Nominated subcontractors are contractors that are suggested by the client to the contractor for a particular item of work. All right. They are suggested by the client to the contractor for a particular item of work. So the valuation comes under that of the contractor. Now, if you come here, the details are in the question. They are not formulated. See them here. Values of work executed by nominated subcontractors. Right? This is a subcontractor. This is the supplier, nominated supplier. All right. So these are the values of work executed by them. Subcontractors work. Okay. Then we have attendance and profit on nominated subcontractor. Now you see the different segments. So it is not a must that this will be in all valuations. It differs from contract to contract. So as it is peculiar to your own contract, that is how you are going to deal with it. That is why we have part 1. Part 1 basically was for a fence project, but this is for an office development. All right. So we have the profit and attendance. It is also in the question. All right. This is profit on nominated subcontractors and suppliers work is 5%. Attendance is 2.5%. So all these guys here, the contractor is entitled to profit and attendance. But this guy is a nominated supplier. He only supplies. That is the only thing he does. So the contractor is entitled to only the profit. All right. So this is what we have here. Now, local area network. Of course, attendance is 2.5%. Profit is 5%. That is 7.5%. So this times 7.5%, we have 2,512,000. Look at it here. This is local area network. Local area network. This is what we are dealing with here. All right. Now this is HVAC. This is the sum for HVAC. So 7.5% of that, right, gives us this. And this is lift installation. Also 7.5% of 24 million is the profit and attendance. That gives us that. Why for aluminum doors and window, it is only he only supplies. He did not install. He only supplied. He did not install. Perhaps the contractor is going to do the installation. All right. So it is 5% profit only of that particular amount. So the total profit and attendance is 8,187,500. Now this is what is here. Now having analyzed every item in that particular question, now this is now what we have as the total gross value of work till date. Right? Now you see it, the measured work plus every other additional information provided. So depending on the work you are carrying out or the project you are in, if there are materials on and off site and it is like this is how you treat them. You have variations, this is how you treat them. You have, and variation might be many, it might not be just one. It could be variation on doors, variation on windows. You add everything up. Nominated subcontractors, you have them here. If their profit and attendances also, you include them. Now you have your gross valuation. Now this is what we have here. All right. Now this is it, and this is what I just brought here also. All right, for easy analysis. Now we can now less our retention. Now you see this question, there is no discount. In the previous, in part 1, the question we had that we used as a reference, there was discount. Now from there you have learned how to apply discount on a particular valuation or on the gross value. You've learned how to apply discount. Now here there is no discount, so we go straight to retention, and the question says that retention is 5%, right? Limit of 4% of the contract. So I said I'm going to make a video on this separately so we can understand that. Now retention is 5%. Now when we come here, 5% of the gross, right? This is what we have, 5%. That gives me 45,869,625. naira. So if I less it, and this is what we have, I less, it's the subtraction. I have this amount, it is 871,522,875 naira. Now there are also other information that are not subject to retention. I explained before, they said that the question says that fluctuation is treated by traditional method, and I said it can either be treated by the traditional method one or by formula method. If it is treated by traditional method, it is not subject to retention. Right? If it is treated by formula method, it is subject to retention. Please take note. All right, that's what we have here. Fluctuation is 3,500,000. See, I just said add fluctuation. Look at it here in the question. Fluctuation assessed by traditional method, it is 3,500,000. All right, we'll add loss and expense claim. I already told us what loss and expense claim: additional cost incurred by the contractor in execution of a particular item of work, and I gave examples also. But now you see, statutory fees paid by the contractor, they are not also subject to retention. I already explained what statutory works are, that the works that are done by statutory organization, basically government organization, like a building permit and planning fee, a use of right of way, utilities that you're allowed to your site, a government utility you're allowed to your site, maybe connection to central sewer, or you join a flight, of course NEPA and all that. These are statutory fees, and the contractor paid them, so he has to recover this money, and we are told it is just 2 million naira. So if I add them up, this is 4,750,000. So I add them up here. All right, that gives me 879,772,875 naira. Then I add my VAT. The VAT in the question is 5%, not 7.5%. Say here, VAT is 5%. Okay, VAT is 5%, so 5% of this here, we have that. All right, that gives me 43,988,644. Now, of course, we are told that advance payment made to the main contractor, 550 million. Recovery of advance payment is in 9 equal installments, right? 9 equal installments beginning from second valuation. 9 equal installments beginning from second valuation. All right, now how do we treat this? Now it says in 9 equal installments beginning from second valuation, and now we are in valuation number 9. All right, now let me just do it here so you understand what I did here. We have it to be 5. I'll delete it. 550 123 million. All right, now this is the advance payment, and it's to be recovered in 9 equal installments. 9 equal installments. So this divided by 9, this is how it will be recovered. Divided by 9. This is how it's going to be recovered in every valuation beginning from valuation number 2. In valuation number 2, they will recover 61 million, right? In valuation number 3, 61 million plus 61 million. In valuation number 4, 61 million plus 61 million plus 60, because the valuation is cumulative. Please take note, valuation is cumulative. All right, now we are in valuation number 9. So if they begin in valuation number 2, it means they will recover completely. They will amortize completely in valuation number 10. All right, because they are starting from number 2. All right, so this function here, for me to get it, what I'll be amortizing now, I'm in valuation number 9. So this multiplied by 8. This is my current amortization. All right, I hope this is clear. Okay, this is the total in 9 equal installments according to the question divided by 9. We are in valuation number 9, and they started from second valuation, valuation number 2. So we multiply by 8. This is where we are in the amortization. That is what you see here. All right, so I'm deleting this. I just want to show you what happened here. In another case, I can say add add, let me put it here, I'll delete it so that you can understand. Add advance payment. All right, if I put it here, this is 550 123 123. All right, I can now say less advance payment amortization. All right, it simply means what I have amortized till date, what I have paid till date, which is this guy here. Is just like me saying this guy here multiplied by 8. All right, and I'm subtracting it. That gives me that. It didn't change anything. I will still be arriving at what I'm arriving at. All right, but not to make this place too clumsy with information. You see how it is treated. Now, this may vary from firm to firm or contractor to contractor. Some contractor does it the way I just did it now and deleted it. Why? Of course, the majority have it like this. All right, so the balance is what you have here. All right, I hope that is clear. Now, if I add this up, this gives me 984 872 630.1. That's 984,872,630 naira 11 kobo. All right, now we are told in the question that amount previously certified in valuation 8. This is what we have here. Valuation number 8. Is it here? All right, let's check this here. Is it here also? Okay, it should be here. All right. Where are you? 80. Okay, see it here. Amount previously certified in valuation number 8 is 850 million. All right, so that has to be deducted to know what will be due to the contractor now. All right, so if we subtract this, that gives us 134,872 naira 630. 134,872,630 naira 11 kobo. Now see, I've already cheated for you here. All right, but nonetheless, you can go ahead and prepare your own preliminary sheet and tell me from what you have learned. If you have learned anything from all the videos we have been posting, you should be able to attempt that preliminary, how we got that preliminary figure of 79,200,000. So this is the amount that is due to the contractor in valuation number 9. Of course, you see here it is not negative, but in part 1 we're able to attempt reference a particular question where the valuation is getting to a negative valuation. All right, so this is exactly what we have in the question, and this is what is obtained in practice. All right, presentation differ from office to office, but in all, valuation must be readable and must be understandable by every parties to the contract, and everything must be made plain for everyone to understand. All right, before I end this class, I just want to remind you that valuation is just a means of project funding through cost recovery. Right, it is a means of project funding through cost recovery. Now, this contractor has in this valuation 134 million. Now he has to plow part of this into the project to push it to the next phase. Then he collects another money. That is what it means. A means of project funding through cost recovery. I hope that is clear. It is a process of assessing what a particular contractor has done over a specific period of time in order to determine the payment that is due to the contractor for the works that were done in that particular period of time. That is what valuation is all about. That's what we are doing here. We are trying to assess what the contractor has done so we can determine what is going to be paid to the contractor at the end of the day. All right, see you guys in the next video. I hope this has added value to you knowledge wise, academic wise, and professional wise also. If this has really added value to you, please do all to give us a like, and also you subscribe to our channel, so that when we upload other videos, you are going to be among the first person to get a notification. All right, this is Cha Quantics. See you guys in the next video.